What's up, guys? Welcome back to the 40K Cafe. And a friend of mine wanted to know which Primarchs do I think would laugh at and or tell a joke. We're going to start with the grumpy old man himself, the Lion, and I truthfully do not believe he would laugh at nor tell a joke. After all, throughout his upbringing, he understood I am a weapon to be used against the enemies of the galaxy, and not to mention he didn't exactly have the best reputation of being very charismatic with others. Next up is Fulgrim. Wholeheartedly, I believe that Fulgrim would both laugh at and tell a joke, both pre-heresy and now Snake Boy. Pre-heresy, he was incredibly close with Ferrus Manus. They had to have shared a bunch of jokes between one another, even in jest. And nowadays, as a Snake Boy, Fulgrim actually takes a lot of pleasure and amusement in laughing at others' pains.
Next up, we have Grumpy Perturabo. I shouldn't have to explain, but the only joke he would laugh at if it was one making fun of Rogel Dorn. Next, we have the Khan. If we know anything about the king of one-liners himself, he would happily laugh at any joke. He would wholeheartedly put his whole body into it, leaning back and bellowing a tremendous laughter for all to hear. The drunkard Lehman Russ shouldn't need an explanation. The Wolf King is sure to welcome any kind of comedy, and he would make sure you know whether you be a brother, a guardsman, and especially any of the Vilka Fenrica.
Rogel Dorn, I'm going to have a hard time finding a way for him to laugh. Do I think he would? Maybe if he wasn't on the job, but that man might as well be the very stone that he lays itself. The XL Master Robuta Gilliman would more than welcome laugh and make jokes. In fact, in the novels, we see him try to make jokes multiple times, but as one might expect, sometimes they don't always hit the mark and aren't very good. Conrad Kurz would laugh and make jokes, but I truly believe that they would only be at his jokes, and those jokes would probably only involve being super depressed with himself. And contrary to Kurz, Sanguinius would more than welcome humor amongst his presence. Ferrus Manus would also give a full hearty laugh, especially with Fulgrim at a good joke. And would he try to make one? Yes. Would they be successful? Absolutely not. That dude is about as funny as his legion is good. Next is the arch-heretic Lorgar. I don't think that he'd try to make any kind of jokes ever. Pre-heresy, I think he would be too occupied trying to be accepted and or loved. And post-heresy, he's too busy running from a bird to try to make any kind of joke. But I guess that's pretty funny. The angry boy Angron himself, I think, would entertain a good joke. And more so if it wasn't for the butcher's nails. But I don't think at any point in time, pre or post-heresy, would he ever try to make a joke. The good old stinky boy himself, I think, would actually be really good at making jokes amongst his legion, as after ingesting poison with his subordinates after a good battle, he would joke about how it was a good brew as he would watch them struggle to keep the poison down. The bookworm Magnus, I think, although for all of his troubles and mistakes, would absolutely entertain good humors. After all, I do think that he tried to build good relationships to the best of his ability. But just like a lot of things, he overestimated himself and would mess up. Horus Lupercal, pre-heresy, absolutely made a bunch of jokes, being quoted countless times to jesting and pulling lighthearted pranks on individuals. And I shouldn't need to explain why Vulcan, the lovable giant himself, would happily take a good joke, probably give you a big ol' hug in the process for making him laugh. I don't think I need to explain why the Prince of Darkness himself, Corvus Corax, would not partake in any jokes, nor should I need to explain why Alpharius and Omegon would happily take jokes. For all I know, while they were kids, they were probably pulling pranks left and right on whoever the hell they can. But let me know what you guys think, if maybe I misspoke on one of these, or if you guys just have a different opinion. Thanks again, guys, for listening. Drop a comment if there's anything you want to hear about next, and as always, remember to follow for more.